Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We are live here in South Las Vegas at Speed Vegas. Starting out the live stream before we drive up to the Las Vegas Strip. We're right here off of Las Vegas Boulevard, but I wanted to start the stream out right down here live at Speed Vegas. You can see right in front of us here. So they have a lot of exotic supercars and things of that nature up here. I'm gonna show you, they have a Ferrari sitting right there. That's pretty cool. And then they have a whole bunch of other supercars that you can drive. You can also go off-road here as well. Off-roading. But yeah, they've got the it looks like a Corvette back there. And a Ferrari. A lot of Ferraris. Imagine how much money they have sitting on this lot. Wow. And then this over here, I think this is a Lambo. Right there, that yellow one. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat. I'm not 100% certain. Those supercars, they all kind of look the same after a while. No, that's a Ferrari. It looks like a Ferrari there. Yeah. Okay, my bad. So they have two Ferraris sitting out here in front of Speed Vegas at the very south end of town here. Really cool stuff. You can come out here and drive any of these guys around the track that they have here. And check this out here. This is pretty cool. They have a transformer here. I know it's dark, but standing out here to the entrance of it. That's pretty cool. And then we've got Interstate 15 directly in front of us right there. That is traveling from Salt Lake down to LA. But we're gonna make a right and go down Las Vegas Boulevard here and head towards the Las Vegas Strip. See what we can see here on the Las Vegas Strip on a Saturday night in Las Vegas. We're south of the city right now. I wanted to start out the stream down here and show you how it changes from the desert landscape all around us here into the bright lights of the big city here in Las Vegas. We've had a very mild day, but we've had the winds pick up really strong about an hour ago, and it's been blowing a bunch of dust. You can see the mile marker sign there, mile marker 19. That's 19 miles from the state line with California. They're at Prim, P-R-I-M-M. Prim is right on the state line with California. Now passing via Nobila. I have videos of that in my video library. Feel free to check that out. Camping World over here on our left, as we now pass Robin Camping World, I guess. Yeah, that's a huge, you can go down there and over here and grab all your camping gear and maybe an RV or two if your soul desires. There's a Johnny Walker RV as well that's over on the hey 7-Eleven man, how are you, man? Welcome, glad you're here. Wanted to do a live stream tonight up and down the not down, but up the Las Vegas Strip for like an hour or so and see what there is to see here. And right in front of us, speaking of seeing what there is to see, there's the M Casino down here at the very south end of town. For anyone that has not seen it, it is they're actually expanding it. They're making so much money there at the M that they're going to expand it and create an additional hotel building there. It's a big, beautiful facility. It was brand new, I think in like, and correct me if I'm wrong. Good to hear, buddy. I think it was built in like 09 or 10, something like that. And where are the lanes? I can't tell where my lane is. This is Volunteer Boulevard, which runs down into Inspirada and Anthem in Henderson. Glad you're here, 7-Eleven man. You can help correct me on a lot of these things because I have so much information floating around in my head, I sometimes end up saying the wrong stuff, and I want to make sure I get it right, because it's important to me to get it right. That's what matters. This is St. Rose Parkway as we approach this red light. So St. Rose Parkway goes southwest here all the way up to the northeast, and then it joins in, it intersects the 215 Beltway, and then becomes Pecos Road, and travels northbound through the eastern side of Las Vegas. But down here, it is a kind of a slanted roadway, and so it'll encounter both north-south and east-west roads as we continue northbound here, waiting for this light. The M Resort Spa Casino over here on the right, $40,000 avalanche of winnings being advertised over there. Spa Mio, up to 20% off for locals, it says there. So we get the green light here at St. Rose Parkway. Continue northbound on Las Vegas Boulevard. You could kind of see the Strip in the distance coming into view there. Speed limit of 50 down here. It's kind of unusual. You never see a speed limit of 50, right? It's usually like 45, 35. You see it end with a 0. That's kind of different. It's like, what are they trying to hide? Are they hiding behind that sign like Dukes of Hazzard style? Blue Hawk Tavern over here on our left. I'm not familiar with that one. And they're building a gas station right next to it. Eat, drink, play. That place looks brand new. So if you are here on the south side of town, check that out. Got all sorts of dust and stuff in the roadway here. And then they built all these residences up all over the place along Las Vegas Boulevard here. This was all dirt. I sound like a fuddy-duddy now. I moved here in 2011, and everything south of Silverado Ranch was pretty much just dirt. Desert lots everywhere. Now you've got these residences that have just popped up. And there's a desert lot right there on the left at this intersection, but that one's probably going to be consumed by homes pretty soon. No doubt. The Lodge, gaming, spirits, dining, it says there on the right. I'm not familiar with the Lodge. I think it's a chain, but they, but like most of the sports bars in this town and in the state, you can go in there and watch your game that you want to watch, as well as you also play the machines. And sometimes, depending upon the venue, I mean, it used to be a lot more widespread where you could sit there and drop money into the machine when you're sitting at the restaurant and you're drinking or whatever. They would give you free drinks provided you were still dropping money into the machine. Now it's not so much. Now you get a lot of, I guess we should just call them stingy bartenders, right? They just don't hand out the drinks the way that they used to. And it's unfortunate because, you know, that was one of the benefits of living here, certainly, was being able to go in and drink a little something, maybe win a jackpot. Of course, that doesn't happen very often. I'm not one to talk after what I pulled last weekend, that video that I posted after what I did there last weekend. Down at Four Queens on Fremont Street. Paid $50 for a $10 coin. But at least I got something out of it, I guess. Got something out of it. Up on the left here, you've got South Point Hotel and Casino coming into view. Massive facility here. It's been here for a little while now. It was here when I moved here in 11. So I think it predates the Great Recession. Might have been built just around the time the Great Recession hit here. As we hit Cactus Avenue here, another up-and-coming major road here in the south side of Las Vegas. We've got Star Avenue and Cactus. Both have their own interchanges here at Interstate 15, which parallels Las Vegas Boulevard, which is what we're on here. All the way up. Oh, goodness. It's focusing on the wrong things there. Sorry about that, guys. You can see the gas price for regular unleaded over there. $3.61 at that Shell gas station there. As we continue northbound here on Las Vegas Boulevard. Speed limit of 50 still. And I thought this was a lane over here, no? Nope, it's not. It becomes 6 lanes up here at some point. But like down here, and then, look, there's no lights. No anything here. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I wanted to get out here and do a live stream down on the Strip for Saturday night. How do they stay in business? I wish I knew. I guess they make enough money. I don't know. You know, it's either that or money laundering that's going on. I don't know. Do they take the big kegs, right, and just dump them? They order them, they get them delivered, and then they dump them out in the back of the bar. Look at South Point over here. Oh, we'll get through that light. Look what they've done with the lights over here for Christmas. That's nice. And they have the NFR in town right now, the rodeos in town right now. But they've got that all dressed up there. South Point is really nice. It's a very cool locals casino. Look at that parking lot too, it's packed. So we come up here to Silverado Ranch Boulevard. It's great to walk around in there. There's a lot of little bars in there and stuff. And I haven't gambled until last weekend. I haven't gambled since last weekend, I guess I should say. But before that, the last time I gambled was like in 09. And so I don't gamble usually when I go to these places. But South Point's a really, really nice place to go and just kind of hang out. They have a bar there where you can get a great Irish coffee. I like Irish coffee. That's good stuff. And then they have a cinema in there and a bowling alley and all of that. So the locals love it. And you know, being right here on the highway, right before you get to the main part of the Las Vegas Strip, a lot of folks from LA coming into town here like to head there, especially if they're sitting in traffic on the 15, which happens more often than not, especially on the weekends. And if it's a big weekend, Emerald Suites up here on the left, weekly rentals. Yeah, if it's a big weekend, traffic is a nightmare down here. The 15 backs up all the time. Lee's Discount Liquor, that's a liquor store chain here as we pass Agate Avenue. Liquor store chain here in Vegas. As we come up here to Putters on the left there. So Putters is another gaming sports bar, video poker bar and grill. And this is Pebble Road, which is once every 15 years. Yes, sir. That's right. 71 Dotties. I was just thinking about that earlier. I'm like, I saw Dotties and I'm like, how many did he say? Was it 68? I'm always like trying to remember, rack my brain. What did he say? Thank you, 7-Eleven man. Appreciate you, buddy. Huge U-Haul storage over here on the right. Budget Suites, that's daily, monthly, weekly. The Bar over there on the right just before it. Drink, dine, and play, it says there. Available on DoorDash, so if you want your bar food delivered, they'll deliver your food from DoorDash, by DoorDash. As we come up here to Wigwam Parkway. It was Wigwam Parkway when I first moved here. Now it's called Wigwam Avenue. I guess they changed the name on it. Wigwam Avenue. Weekly and beyond, it says over there, for your rental needs. We got some police activity over on the other side. We got someone pulled over, it looks like, in front of Diamond Sands. I think that's what that sign said. Never heard of that. In fact, we're behind a taco truck up here. This is going to bring us up here to Windmill, which becomes Blue Diamond Road on the west side of town, west side of this road actually, and goes out to Pahrump, which is a town, a little desert town out on the other side of the Spring Mountain Range. There's a sign there that says Pahrump. Oh, that's not a food truck, that's a horse trailer. We come up here to the light at Windmill. And then Windmill itself is a major east-west artery here through Henderson. That 7-Eleven over there, $3.69 a gallon and 9/10 of a cent for regular unleaded. So for our international viewers, that's there's what, roughly four, 3.78 liters in a gallon. Yeah, so roughly 4 per gallon. So that's almost $1 a liter, pretty much. Used to play the slots when I visited. Bump on that V8. Yes, sir. Waiting for your wife, getting ready. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right on, Tim. Kamusta Po. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man, I love having this global community on here. It's really, really cool. I got a guy that's down in Australia that watches. There's one in Germany that watches. That's really, really cool, man. How long would it take your wife to get ready while you play those slots? I'd run out of money. I'd get frustrated. Okay, let's go, little C-Class. There we go. You never know what these guys are doing in their cars. They could be drunk. Did win 800. Wow, nice. 10 minutes. That's not a bad return on investment. Wow. Good, Tim. Good to hear it. I hope you saw the video of Filipino Town that they're designating earlier. I posted that earlier today. The area of Maryland Parkway there, south of Sahara, north of Flamingo, and it's only because there's a seafood city there, and that's where a lot of the Filipinos get their seafood from. And that's really the only distinguished characteristic of it there, being Filipino. So it's then of course there are other seafood cities in town as well. There's one on East. Look at this guy, he's drunk. He's either playing with his phone or he's drunk. What is he doing? Yep, hitting the lane there, lane markers. Yep, you never know what you're going to see in Vegas. I'd rather get around this guy, to be honest. People like that scare me. Oh, right on, Goat. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Tim, they just did that like 2 months ago. There, or something like that, yeah. Filipino Town. Awesome, Goat. Glad you're here, man. Glad to have you as part of the channel. So we're passing Tahiti Village. I've seen comments from folks asking how long it takes to get from Tahiti Village to the Strip. You can see here, I'm going to check the mileage, so 3.3. We're starting right now at 3.3, and we'll track it to Mandalay Bay. Because Mandalay Bay is really the southernmost edge of the Vegas Strip. Oh, they did! Oh, wow. I didn't know he was in there. That's cool. They let him stream in there, huh? That's awesome. That's the problem with streaming, is that a lot of folks, well, especially with businesses, because they can do whatever they want, right? We're going over the 215 Beltway right here, by the way. This is the bridge over the 215 expressway that goes around the town. The problem with a lot of the businesses is you don't know, and of course it changes. Like, so I watched this one guy who goes into Cat's Meow, Jojo the Squirrel, Late Nights with Jojo the Squirrel. He does live streaming videos here in Vegas. And he goes into Cat's Meow there at Neonopolis. Oh, wow. They did, huh? So, yeah, 7-Eleven, that's awesome. And it's great advertising. I don't understand why people wouldn't want that, right? They tell you not to live stream or even video there in their businesses. Because it's great publicity, especially if you're streaming to an international audience. So we're at Town Square right now, 0.6 of a mile from Tahiti Village. The airport is right over here on our right, or off to our right here. It is kind of quiet over there right now. Usually Saturdays are pretty busy. Especially with the rodeo ending tonight. They're supposed to be ending it tonight. But I've seen a lot of cowboy hats in town. So Jojo the Squirrel, he does his stream down at Neonopolis and Fremont Street, late nights at like 11 p.m. Pacific. And he will go down there and they let him live stream. He goes in there and sings karaoke and stuff. They let him live stream and stuff all the time. I tried to get in there last Saturday night just to do a quick video of it. to post it, and they were like, okay, yeah, it's $20 to get in. No thanks. And then I heard that they charge like, I used to drive a cab. Oh my God, the stress that entails. My God. Oh, I feel for you. The Sphere is doing its stained glass. Yeah, they just turned it off too. Up there on the right, because the Sphere curves to the right, so you can see the Sphere from here and from the airport. So the airport's right here on the right, just past Sunset Road here. I thought we were past Sunset, but we're not. So there's the airport beginning right there. Driving a cab in this town, my goodness, that would drive me crazy. There was one of the helicopters there right now on the left, probably doing the night tour of the Strip. That's a pretty cool thing to do too. I've seen people do that. It's like $120 or something, and then you got to tip them, of course, the pilot. But it lasts for like 20 minutes. You get up there and see the Strip from above. That's pretty cool. Up here in the center median, we're going to have the world famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas sign. This is Maverick over here. Maverick Helicopters. It's one of the companies that does the tours. McCarran Executive Terminal over here on the right. So if you're rich, you can just park your jet right there, as you can see some of them on the right, and just take your vehicle, whatever, straight up the Strip. The rest of us plebes, we have to go the long way. There is the world famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Not many folks out there right now this evening. The winds have been whipping around quite a bit, and it looks like the trees are still moving around a little bit too, passing the Harley Davidson and Pinball Hall of Fame. I need to get in there one day, 7-Eleven, man. No drone sightings. No, I've been watching too. keeping my eye on the sky there. Hey, thanks, Tim. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. So here we come up to Mandalay Bay Convention Center, which is located here at the south end of their property. Little Church of the West Wedding Chapel there on the right. So 3.3, we're at 5.2, so that's what, 1.9? So that's like, yeah, it's 2 miles from Tahiti Village up here to Mandalay Bay. That's a good walk. Nice and uncrowded, yes. Yes, we'll see how it gets when we get up here near the center strip. That's going to be the part that tells all. McDonald's over here on the right. I've always laughed at the fact that you have this huge multi-billion-dollar resort casino there on the left with Mandalay Bay, and then across the street is a liquor outlet and a McDonald's. It just looks so out of place. Spirits, beer, souvenirs. And then someone asked me what else was located in there. It says, I think it says Sayulitas. Yes, goat, especially the Strip. The Strip is it's otherworldly, really. It's like Disney World for adults. I mean, you guys see, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I like going down to Fremont and posting videos from down there, but I'd like to get down to the Strip and do more down here. It's so much walking. And they did have that event earlier this year, what was that, like August or something, where someone was attacked because they were live streaming on the Strip. I think they were in front of like Planet Hollywood or something. And it was like, uh-oh. My wife's like, you probably shouldn't be trying to live stream down there anytime soon. I'm like, well, I'll give it a few months. So I need to get down here and do some live streaming, or at least some streams from the Strip. Four Seasons Drive. MJ Live, that's what it's called. So that's the name of the show at Harrah's, okay. So they have those Michael Jackson performers down on Fremont that do it for free. And they're pretty good. I don't know why anyone would want to pay money to see it. Those guys are actually pretty good. MGM Grand over here on the right. You can see it right now because Tropicana's gone. And you got the Luxor over here on the left, the pyramid right there. It's very rare that you can find a city. Oh my God, they've been threatened. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I hope Steve stays safe out here. That's terrible. Yikes. Knock on wood, I haven't been threatened down on Fremont yet. And that's the place I'd expect to be threatened, right? Because it's a little more seedy than the Strip. Although the Strip is getting, from what I've seen, you know, the panhandlers and you know, the street performers and stuff, they are all getting a little more aggressive than they have been in the past. There's the Tropicana sign still there, but the hotel is not. And they're building, of course, the Major League Baseball stadium. There's Excalibur there for the soon-to-be Las Vegas Athletics. And I need to get out of the roadway, the intersection there. Roadway improvements, Tropicana to Flamingo, so the whole strip's gonna be, wow. It's definitely noticeable, yeah. It's like, it feels like there's a void. Like, so there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing on this side of the strip from Excalibur all the way down to Mandalay Bay until they build the baseball stadium. It's really weird. Kind of eerie. And there's so much open land. Like, why did they have to do that? Why'd they have to tear down one of the, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. So much open land, and there's a huge lot off of Blue Diamond Road and Las Vegas Boulevard that we just passed back there that had some interest from MLB as well as the NBA. Top floor. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, at least you have that history now, and I hope you took a bunch of pictures too, because that place is gone forever now. Yeah, they're talking about building an NBA arena, and you know, it's the old "if you build it, they will come" kind of thing, like Wayne's World. But they were talking about putting it there, but the problem is that one of the flight plans for the airport flies right overhead, and they were saying the FAA was going to give them problems and stuff. So they were, but then they originally said that about where they're putting this baseball stadium now too. Yeah, me too. 7-Eleven. They just did this thing, was that this week? They came out and said that they had X number of dollars available to finance, but it's like every day that it goes by, the more expensive it becomes. Whether that be because of materials or labor or whatever. And it's not supposed to open until 28. So that's going to take forever. That's another, 3 years, 3.5 years at this point, by the time the baseball season starts. In April of 28, 3.5 years, yeah. And there's another Tropicana marquee, but they've taken off the letters from it there on the right. And then you can see the medieval themetry here. That's not a word. In front of Excalibur. I came down here one time in 2011, right before I moved here, and stayed at Excalibur. And I went to the room that they had selected for me, and I was like, I'm staring at a huge air conditioning unit. Extra innings of July, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It definitely gets, Scott, you're absolutely right. More and more people are moving here. And like the newer developments, the like 7-Eleven man, you know, and I have talked back and forth about the northwestern part of town. Like, who would want to live up there? You're so far away from everything. And they're building right up to Kyle Canyon Road, which of course goes up to Mount Charleston. So how long before they're, you know, building homes up on the mountain there? On the way out to Mount Charleston. I think that's what they eventually want to do. Personally, is kind of, the developers are kind of salivating over that. But yeah, I was at the Excalibur once, and I went downstairs, I'm like, I'm staring at a at an air conditioning unit. They're like, yeah, that's your room. I'm like, okay, well, I won't be staying here again. Remember the hallways were, yeah, it wasn't a very pleasant experience, I'll say that. Yeah, it was not very pleasant. But it was fun. It was a great location, because you see where you are. You're right here at the south end of the strip. And you could get anywhere pretty quickly. Well, given traffic and all of that. I like to walk. I prefer to walk and try and get the exercise while I'm out there. Yeah, 5 lanes, yeah. Well, they got 3 over here for the turn lanes for Tropicana, and then they have the other 3 over here. Oh, 4 on the other side. So 7 right now, yeah. 7 lanes. And of course, being Saturday evening. Yeah, that light did not last long at all. You can see Brad Garrett being advertised there at MGM Grand. It's the huge lion out there in front of MGM Grand on the right, and then the Statue of Liberty there on the left. That's the thing about this town, right? Given its many problems, but like, where else are you going to go in the world that has the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, and a pyramid all on the same street? Stay in Henderson? Yes. Yes, very good idea. And you know what, Scott? I think a lot of the local casinos are starting to see that. They're starting to see, and certainly with station casinos. I mean, they tore down Texas Station and Fiesta Station there on Rancho in the north part of town after COVID, tore those down, and it's like they essentially traded them for brand new, nicer casinos in up and coming parts of town. So like Inspirada, they're building one down there, way down there at South Henderson. They're building one in up by Aliante, and they're also building, they just built, finished last year, Durango Station in the southwest. So they're staying now, they're focusing on the periphery of town, because that tends to be where the money is, right? Because those are the newer parts of town. People moving here from California, they especially if they bought, you know, a home here for $1 million plus, they don't want to, you know, be at like near the city core, right? Westgate. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. The Mirage, yeah, 7-Eleven. Oh my God, that place. So the building's still up. You'll see that when we go by it up here. The building is still up, but yeah, they took down the volcano. The atrium building is still up too. So it's like a shell of itself and what it once was. But this is a big corner right here. You got New York, New York there on the left, MGM Grand here off to our right. Inspirada definitely building up, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, Station Casinos, yeah, and they have an awesome selection of food choices. They have Durango Station has Prince Street Pizza at it, which they have that in New York City and Manhattan, which I was like, wow, you have a Prince Street here? These guys are blocking, oh my God, traffic on both sides. You guys are stuck. You're stuck. Wow. Here we go. Look at all these LED screens. Wow. I don't know. I say it every time I come down here. I don't know how there aren't more accidents. You have all these screens flashing everything all over the place. Over here on the left, we've got New York, New York, as well as the Brooklyn Bridge, which is kind of lit up over there. Hershey's, and then M&M World over here on the right. An Evening with Steve Trevino. I don't know who that is. Being advertised over there. Sorry about that, guys. Mirage Sportsbook was there. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I know the one at Westgate and now the one at Circa are the ones that tend to get all the publicity. The Westgate's, of course, huge. The sportsbook there. I went there when I went to the Star Trek, the Experience attraction they had there. That was really, really cool. I enjoyed that. And I went for the first time. I was still living in Florida at the time, and I went over to the sportsbook. I'm like, oh my God, this dwarfs anything in Reno, because I'd been up to Reno. And I'm like, this makes Reno look like Ely or Elko over here in eastern Nevada. So you got Raising Cane's over here. That's a chicken finger place, not sandwich. Chicken finger place. It has like a Cajun or Southern type of theme to it and taste. And then you have this huge food court here. It says Stranger Things in there, the official store located in that building there on the right. Sbarro's, Panda Express, Dirt Dog. That's a hot dog place. They do up your hot dog almost any way you want. Put all sorts of different stuff on it. Coca-Cola bottle there on the right. Helicopter flying overhead. Yeah, so you're right, it has become so expensive down here. Like, I can't afford it. You know, even to do like a staycation or something, forget it. Because even if you found a low rate, you're still paying what's been advertised as $55 now, starting in January, for MGM properties. Yeah, the Borg and the Klingons, they have both of those there. That was fun. I remember it was $100, and I went in 06. It was $100. I'm like, that's a lot of money. But you know what? You get in there and you know, you go to Corks. I had the Warp Core Breach drink there that was all smoking and stuff. I was like, man, this is actually pretty cool. Now I regret that it's gone, because I'm like, man, it would be cool to go sit in the Corks and have a beer and watch a game. But the problem with, you know, as it is with the problem with a lot of those franchises, is that they want too much money for the license, and so there it goes, bye-bye. Hard Rock Cafe there on the right. See the big guitar out on the side of the building there. They just showed the whole strip on TV, NBA Cup. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, and it's being advertised right there at Aria in front of us. What do you guys think of that NBA Cup, huh? I know that they're trying to bring attention to the early part of the season, because no one really pays attention to the NBA regular season. But, goodness. It's just, nothing is permanent. Absolutely. Yes. Stupid, yes. I couldn't agree more, man. It's so dumb. It's like, well, then why do they play for the title? Why do they have the finals? There's Park MGM, which of course was formerly Monte Carlo, and they have the Italy restaurants there in front. I went there once when it first opened to Italy. It's almost like a food court of sorts, and you kind of have to go cherry pick what you want from different places. So it's different. I don't know that I'd go again. I kind of like to have everything as like a one-stop shop, right? Get my beer in one place, my food in one place, and all that. Having to go different places to do all that. That's another thing too, like with the putters that are here, the gaming hall, they're often attached to a restaurant, right? So you can order food at the putters, but you can't like order the beer. You have to go next door in order to order the beer, and that's just because of pain. It's like, yeah, really pain. So now we got the Aria Place, it's called here, for this little road, this little intersection here. I often think that even when traffic is light here, they manipulate the lights. And I hate to sound like I have a tinfoil hat on, I really do. But, like, you can manipulate the lights to make the traffic look a lot more heavy than it actually is. And I often think that's what they're doing, playing around with the lights. But yeah, driving, if you've seen the my previous videos here from the Strip especially, that's often what's happening. These lights are just very short, don't last very long. And we've got a lot of traffic up here in front of, or turning left from Aria in front of us onto Las Vegas Boulevard. Drive us into a strip. I could drive you by one. Yeah, in fact, here is Whataburger right there, here at the base of the Waldorf Astoria, next to a daiquiri bar they have there. Whataburger is huge in Texas. I went to Texas once and had Whataburger. I didn't think it was all that, you know, great, but what do I know? And then you have Crystal Shops there on the left, Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, Tom Ford, Dolce & Gabbana. Very nice shopping mall. The thing is, they have so many shopping malls here on the Strip. It's like, where do they get... I'm not sure where they get all the foot traffic. And in watching Not Leaving Las Vegas and like some of the other live streamers like Anna Kay that come down here to the Strip and Sin City Angel, like the foot traffic has been really light of late. Oh God. So here is the situation here. We just got the red light here. This intersection is blocked. These guys have the green, but they're not going anywhere because they're blocked. And you have the Aria there back behind them. And there's Whataburger. Yeah, and then they want to they kind of make all of this under construction too. That's going to be terrific. Yeah, Koval, definitely. Koval or Frank Sinatra. I would take Frank Sinatra because Koval has become a mess, especially with the Sphere over there now. Where a lot of Uber drivers and stuff, they just flood it, and it becomes really congested over there on Koval. Flamingo closed at Koval, so they are, of course, that's Harmon, the next light up there. They've taken down, looks like they've taken down the scaffolding for the from the F1 race, because I don't see it. That's where they would turn and off the Strip and head to the east or off to our right. Oh God, I'm never gonna get through this. These guys are gonna block me. You want to go left, they want to get in front of you. Good times. And yet we can't have any like mass transit here. We do have the monorail, of course, but you got to walk all the way over there for that. That's a good ways. It's on the other side of the properties. In fact, on the east side of the property. So you got to walk through the property first in order to get to the monorail. And then when you get where you're going, you have to walk back through the property to get back to the Strip. That's one of the downfalls of the monorail. But it's often been said that taxi cab companies are the reason that the traffic is so bad here, because they don't want to lose out on any of the money that they get. This guy's going to let everyone in front of him until someone lets him go, which won't happen. Okay, Mr. X6. Oh God, there are two of you. You're just multiplying. Oh, you're an Uber driver. There's the big marquee for Aria right there in front of us. And then you have that mess over there on the right with the Walgreens, McDonald's, Sugar Factory, Rainforest Cafe, and Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. Here's a better look at the Crystal Shops. Fendi, Tom Ford, Louis Vuitton, Yves Saint Laurent, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. All of that very high-end shopping, somewhere I won't be. All located in there. And I've said this before too, it's like these stores and the casinos themselves, back in the day, they used to treat you like you have to come here in order to become a winner. So we're not gonna charge you a whole bunch for your room or for your food and stuff. Now they treat you like you're a winner automatically because of the price that they charge for everything. It's like as soon as you walk through the door at the casino, they automatically think you have a bunch of cash in your pocket because of the price they charge for everything, and that's just not the case. How many winners are there? This town was not built on winners, right? No way. This town was not built on winners. That's why they make these casinos so nice. And of course, I'm one to talk, having thrown money in a machine last weekend, but that's okay. There's Planet Hollywood right there. The former Aladdin. And then there's the top of the Eiffel Tower, 1/2 scale. We wait for traffic here at Harmon. Temperature outside right now reads about 65 degrees, but the way the wind's been whipping around. Look at all these LED screens. Wow. All vying for attention. In a lot of ways, it's like Times Square, really. They're all vying for attention. And of course, it helps when you have a red light right below you, below the billboards, because then people have no choice. What are they going to do? Black Eyed Peas 3008? I guess that's a new album? Alright, let's see if we can get through Harmon. That whole thing, that whole Aria sign is one big LED sign. That's incredible. And the big Paris balloon up there on the other side of the Planet Hollywood marquee. And then you have Marquee Day Club nightclub there on our left at Cosmopolitan. 30 years ago, I'd be interested in a nightclub or a day club, but no more. It's not windy or rainy. Okay, good. Good, it was really windy earlier, but looks like that's died down. And I have to remember what you said about the surfboard above Fashion Show. You said it's actually at an angle, and it was designed to keep the elements off of folks, but you also said something else, 7-Eleven man. It is blinding. I tell you what, all these lights, it's distracting. That's probably another reason to have an Uber driver. They're numb to it, right? They see it all the time, so they're like, they don't care. Plus they're probably hopped up on Monster energy drinks and stuff too. Thanks for joining, Renu. We appreciate you. You're on the Vegas Dawn channel, live on the Las Vegas Strip. Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. I've never been in there, but I have been to Rainforest Cafe in Florida. You go for the ambiance, really, in there. The food, it's the ambiance that you go for at Rainforest Cafe. And Gordon Ramsay's got like what, 20 restaurants on this on the strip, or at least he's licensed his name to them. There's a flag at the top of the Bellagio marquee up there that's fluttering in the breeze. A winter wonderland above the strip. I'll be going to Fremont Street for New Year's Eve. I don't know that I'll be live streaming because, again, with the the camera in people's faces, I don't want anyone attacking me. So I have a family to think about. So I'll probably just throw those videos up later, but I will be going down there to video what I can. It was $50 to go down there because they're having like a whole bunch of rappers, and they said the street performers are not going to be allowed again, just like they were for the when F1 was here and they did the concerts down at Fremont, and they had like All American Rejects and was it Plain White Tees, etc., and then a whole bunch of no-name bands that I've never even heard of. Strip birthday freebies. You know what? I see comments all the time in groups that I'm on in Facebook, and they say that it's really, really rare. In fact, they say to go to an off-strip casino if you want, birthday freebies, like a slice of cake or something like that. Casinos really, really tight-fisted, especially like with free play and stuff. Especially, they don't do that at all anymore, from what I understand. I don't know. Does anyone else have any knowledge of that? Help Ryan out. Ryan, thanks for being here, buddy. Caesar's Palace over there on the left. I say it every time, but it's always fun to me. Stu and Alan and the guys hanging out over there. from the movie The Hangover. Cabo Wabo Cantina there on our right. Gordon Ramsay Burger. And there is Paris. Click Bar and Lounge. So they have made good use of these LEDs out here. They've got them going all different directions here. And then incorporated some LED screens there too on top of that entrance. That's pretty cool actually. Different. And then the Bellagio. And that's of course part of the Bellagio there. Back on this side. There's the Eiffel Tower. Normally always red, white, and blue. When's your birthday, Ryan? I'll keep an eye out and see if I can catch wind of something for you. Horseshoe. There on the right, just in front of the Flamingo. Flamingo 1946. I hope I'm right, 7-Eleven man. 46 was when it opened. And then Beer Park, I haven't been to Beer Park yet either. I think it's on the 3rd floor there, on the right, just past the traffic light. It's a huge sports bar, open sports bar. You can go up there and drink, watch a game, and watch the fountains across the street at the Bellagio. So that's a really cool spot. I've seen a lot of really cool pictures from folks online, and like to get in there and do a little video of my own. But I know that I think it was it not Vegas Unlocked? I think they tried to go in there, and they were told that they couldn't stream in there. I think it was them. So I would probably just take little videos when no one's looking. That's probably all I would be. I certainly wouldn't try and live stream, knowing that they asked others. There is the Bellagio. They've gotten almost all of the scaffolding and grandstand down from in front of it, from the F1 race there. The fountain's going right now, actually, here at the bottom of the hour. Oh, they've got the cars in the way now. Nice when you can see the fountains going there. That's cool. They still have the chain link fence up, so you can't stand in there. And they took all the trees down to accommodate for the grandstand being there. Yeah, the fountains are really awesome. I've seen a lot of rumors online about how they were gonna cover up the fountains and put in retail shops and stuff. I can't imagine them ever doing that. It's one of the trademarks of Las Vegas, really. Not just the Bellagio, but Las Vegas. Imagine Frank Sinatra playing, or whatever music they have playing over there while they. Yeah, there you go. That's good, clean fun. Go ahead and put you guys back there. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate each and every single one of you being here. Old Red right there on the right, that is Blake Shelton's place. Hey, Robert, thanks for being here in Nebraska. Right on. What's your temperature there in Nebraska right now? I saw there was snow in northwestern Iowa last night. They were telling people not to go out. Olive trees and huge planter boxes. Yes, yeah, they took them out. It's crazy. What they did with this town is just bending upside down, twisting itself out all over the place, trying to accommodate for Formula One. And then you said this week, right? I think it was this week, 7-Eleven man. You said that they were looking at extending the contract. That's just obscene. It does so much harm to the locals in this town. And you can't get down to the Strip, and they block off, all these roadways down here. The locals, who usually stay away anyway, feel even further away. 27 feels like 21. Wow, goodness. We had one night this week here, it got down to like 30. I think it was last Tuesday night. 30, but not in the 20s yet. Goodness. And when it does, when it freezes, those of you, especially 7-Eleven man, those of you who used to live here, you got to cover up your pipes that are exposed up above ground, like your sprinklers. What's it called, PBV valve for your sprinkler, your irrigation system. You got to cover it up. Otherwise, those things will burst and you'll have a flood in front of your house. 8 years. Wow. Yeah, that's right. That was part of the original 10. But then I think 7-Eleven man said that they were looking at going beyond that original 10, which would still be the 8 as part of the original 10. Because they've done it 2 years now. Giada up there on the Cromwell. Horseshoe, of course, formerly Bally's. That we just passed. That's nice. Changing lanes in the intersection. Very nice. There's Flamingo right there. Oh, that's what you told me. Yes, plans to move their headquarters here. So yeah, I'm thinking they're planning on going beyond. That's what you said. Yes. So they have this down to 2 lanes over here. They've got it blocked off on the right there. There is Caesar Palace. Right there. And the Coliseum. And then the Forum Shops right there in front that walk you back towards the property at Caesars. And then Harrah's right here on the right. Always advertising Donny Osmond. Carnival Court. That is home to a lot of the local bands here in Las Vegas, right here in between Harrah's and the Link. The Deuce Bus, yes, $8 for a 24-hour pass on the Deuce. Highly recommend it to folks. So the pedestrian traffic here, you can see, is decent. Casino Royale. There is what's going on at the Mirage. They've got a huge crane out here now. The atrium's still in place there. And then they got these huge pile drivers out here as well as they get ready for that big guitar there. I read this morning, actually, in the paper, they said that they were talking about putting in a Jewish-themed hotel with a synagogue here next to Treasure Island. So we'll see if that comes to pass. They talk about a lot of things in this town, right? They always have plans, grandiose plans for a lot of the different projects that never come to pass. But we'll see. I've been here for 13 years now, Robert. It's been there's been so much change just in my 13 years. Certainly with the sports teams. There's Gillies right there in front of Treasure Island. And the pirate ships, which used to be part of the pirate show. That is no longer held there. Yeah, so I've seen, the sports teams that have come and gone, well, not gone, that have come and made a home here, as well as the additions to the Strip with Fontainebleau, Resorts World, that are up here ahead of us. The Sphere. The Sphere is, the pinnacle of capitalism. What were they advertising? Like, what was it, $125,000 a minute or something to advertise on the Sphere during F1. I think that's what it was. $125,000 a minute. That's wild. F1 is here to stay. Yep. Looks like you're right, buddy. Huh. So you got Wynn and Encore right here on the right. Beautiful properties. Anyone that's never been here yet, those are beautiful properties. My humble opinion, those two properties and Palazzo and Venetian are probably the nicest hotels in Vegas, if not the world. Now, of course, I haven't been to every hotel on the planet, but nice. That's awesome, Robert. I know Allegiant has some really unusual routes for an airline. Used to be that Southwest did stuff like that. Now it's Allegiant. Frontier has some weird routes too, but, or not weird, but unusual. So we come up here to Sands Avenue. And there is the Fashion Show Mall. So 7-Eleven man taught me that, so that is actually at an angle. One end is higher than the other. And so now I'm trying to remember the rest of it. It's hard when I'm driving because I'm trying to rack my brain. Where are you going to stay, Robert? Got Capitol Grill over here at Fashion Show, as well as Benihana. Maggiano's, that's an Italian restaurant. Gauchao? Brazilian steakhouse there. Food court up there. And then there is the Capitol Grill in Maggiano's, Italy. And then there's a decent shot of Resorts World. That whole side is an LED screen. That whole one side, Rodeo World being advertised there, ending today. RW Las Vegas, oh, for Resorts World. And then the on the top of the building there, they have the Hilton, Crockford's. The Falcons will be on Vegas. Yes! Yes, I was hoping that would be a bigger game than it actually is going to be, but the Falcons still have some hope for the playoffs, but not the Raiders. The Raiders are, you know, going through the motions until it all ends. They're going to have Jacksonville here too in a couple weeks. That's going to be another game that's going to be like practice for both teams. There's the Benihana back there. Woo. Yes, absolutely, Jesus. Love those Brazilian steakhouses. I would take us over by the Sphere, but it's packed. You can't get near it, especially on a Saturday night, because they have so many events going on over there, and you can't. The traffic is so bad on Sands Avenue to get over there. Over here on the right, Encore Beach Club. It's a day club, nightclub as well. Crime Junkie. Okay. These LEDs, good Lord. It's like every time I drive down here, there are more and more of them. They multiply overnight. They're like gremlins. Someone's putting water on them or feeding them after midnight. So a quarter in 2 years over here at Resorts World. And I think the prices have something to do with it. Just a little bit. So that LED screen there on the side of Resorts World, that is said to be the world's second largest LED screen. The first largest, the Sphere. And then you have Circus up here, which for some reason is the victim of so many rumors. They keep saying that someone's going to tear down Circus. I don't know why. It's not the best looking property. Chiefs fans, hey Robert. At least they're going somewhere. Raiders are not. Yeah, there's Circus. Lots of fun. And then the Fountain Blue right there on the right. It is beautiful. I mean, it really is Disney World for adults. I did a video over at Sam's Town that I put up a couple weeks ago, and I saw that they have an arcade inside Sam's Town, and I called that the gateway drug, right? They get you ready when you're a kid. Get you all excited about playing on these machines when you're a kid, and then you go in there and throw all your money away. It's lots of fun. Yes, that's a dying part of Vegas too. They don't have the coin machines, the coin operated machines anymore. Trying to get this thing out of here, out of the way there. There we go, okay. They don't have the coin-operated machines anymore. Everything's just, you know, it's all cash. And if you have, as I'm sure you guys know, if you've watched a lot of Vegas videos, the folks that are out here gambling, if you have got like 44 cents on your ticket, a lot of the casinos you go to, they'll tell you, we don't have any coins anymore. So you can't cash in your 44 cents. So it's like free money for them. Anything under $1. Free money for the casinos. Third largest, yes sir. Fremont Street, absolutely correct. Yes sir. So all three of them, the top three here in this town. This is a four-wheeler here on our left. What kind of flags do they have there? I can't tell. Why would a four-wheeler be on the strip? You're so far away from anything dirt up here. Pulling the lever, yes, absolutely. Now it's just sitting there pressing a button and it's, ugh. And then you see these slot machine tournaments that they have, where people are literally sitting there hitting a button as fast as they can. What is that about? Yeah, definitely. This is a condo in here, so maybe they're coming, maybe they live in here. And they're playing music. Uh-oh, gotta get away from that. So, let me turn the AC up here. Nice and loud. Drown out any of that. Apologies for the AC until we get away from them. They're playing music and I don't want to get copyrighted. There's a Falcons fan, presumably in town for the game. You have the Sahara up there on the right. I like it, Robert. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll have to get in there. And it's free, too. It's free to park at Harrah's still for the moment. So that's a good idea. At Circus Circus. Did I say Harrah's? I meant Circus Circus. And then we've got, on the right there, they've got something that's supposed to be going in over there. And it is all walled off right there in front of us. I'm trying to talk a lot because they turn their music up over here. Avenue Fountain Blue out here. Fountain Blue actually had the one place where they had salsa and chips that for $24, and the chips there were like 6 chips on the plate. So that was a little brutal. Oh, thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I love our community, and we have great people on here. Love showing you guys Vegas. Growing up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, I always thought it would be cool to be a tour guide. So they had this big boat that called the Jungle Queen there, and it was like a big river boat, kind of like the Mississippi style river boat. And it would go up and down the river every day, like 3 times a day. And growing up, I was like, I want to be the tour guide on that big river boat. And so, of course, that didn't happen for me. I actually applied for a job when I became a teenager. They turned me down for whatever reason. Probably no experience or whatever. And then that never happened. So I get to do it here in Vegas and not on a boat. So that's cool. 7-Eleven man, 1980. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, 7-Eleven. Look at that. So Bonanza Gift and Souvenir Shops, 1980 this opened, and I only know this because of 7-Eleven man. He is an invaluable resource for our community here. The general store billed itself as the world's largest gift shop. And then we have the Strat up here. There we have a car coming into our lane too. We have the Strat up here on the left. Done a lot of videos of the area behind the Strat. Check those out in our video library. And then these arches here. Oh, you told me when these were built too. What, was it 2019? Was it 19? I'm trying to remember. I can always remember when I'm back home. I'm like, I should have said that. But it's like I have a mental block when I'm out here driving. So we're back in the city limits of Las Vegas. And the Stratosphere is not considered to be part of the Strip, and I only know that because of 7-Eleven man. Yes, you know, they have those charities down here at Robert, downtown on Main Street. That's where I do a lot of the videos of the homeless. They have a lot of charities over there, but insofar as getting them off the streets, that's a huge problem because there's so many underlying problems, and the resources that go towards that, you know, it's the folks that come here, right, all excited and wanting to hit it, strike it rich and all that and win it big. And then they get here and they lose everything, and then they don't have a place to live. I think, in my humble opinion, maybe the casinos should help those folks out a little bit, right? Because, I mean, they're the reason that they're on the streets. But that takes away the personal responsibility of the folks. They did it to themselves, right? I mean, so it's like, how do you balance that? I don't know, and I don't have the answers. I wish I did. But yeah, so they do have some charities down there that help them out and stuff. So that part's good. I just wish there was more money for them, really. And you know, with the closing of the hotels, like those 2 hotels that they demolished, Station Casinos demolished. How many homeless could they have housed in there? Right? I mean, they could have done a lot with those 2 buildings, but. And the land there for both of those buildings remains vacant to this day. We just did a video there, I think, last weekend, and everything's still vacant. As we pass by remnants of old Las Vegas here. Yeah, me too, Robert. All of the wedding chapels lining up here. Super 8. Right there. Ocha, Thai cuisine. We also passed by Peppermint Hippo, so that's one of those clubs for you, buddy. Come up to the light here at Charleston. It surprises me, it always amazes me every time we come up here to this intersection, because this is such a major intersection. Long Beach, yeah. Lots of mental illness, and that's the thing, like, how do you get around that? How do you treat the mental illness and the underlying issues there? And then you have people that won't take their meds. So, you know, you can't force them. You can't be with them 24/7 and stuff, right? So, it's a huge problem. Lots of gentlemen's clubs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Especially over here on, like, Industrial. On Industrial Road. In between here and the 15, yeah. Auto title loans and payday loans right there. They're open. It looks like they built or leased the building from the owner just to put their signs up on it or something, because they're next door. The title loan and payday company there. You have Siegel Suites Charleston over here on the left. And another 7-Eleven. Shout out to 7-Eleven, man. 165 7-Elevens here in Vegas. More than any other metro in the country. As we enter downtown, the downtown corridor here on Las Vegas Boulevard. Bliss Wedding Chapel there. And now we're about to pass Gas Avenue, that is. And I'm going to pull in here real quick for anyone that's new to the channel. I want to point this out to you. That sign right there in front of us may look familiar to you. If you've watched History Channel's Pawn Stars, this is the building. This is the location for History Channel's Pawn Stars. Home of Rick, Chumley, etc. And so Rick bought and opened up this across the parking lot here as Pawn Plaza, called it Pawn Plaza. Roasted chicken over there. It doesn't look very busy, and it never looks very busy. I'm not sure how much business they get. But yes, this was his brainchild to open this place up. But there is Pawn Stars right there, as seen on History Channel. So it's here, what, 7 blocks south of downtown? Because the address is 713 South Las Vegas. And Fremont Street is the 0 street. So yeah, like 7 blocks south of Fremont Street. Not that I would suggest walking down here. Maybe during the day. And like during a work day, because you do have some office buildings down here as well. A lot of folks working in their office buildings. That is Pawn Stars. And then you have the old time signs still lining the median here. Yes, he does. It was behind the Dodge Ram that was parked there. I wanted to point it out, but the Dodge Ram was blocking it. But yes, that's his right up front. Yeah, the barbecue joint. El Terranazo del Rio food truck there. Mon Bellamy Wedding Chapel. So we cross Bonneville. 7-Eleven man has done a ton of work on all of these streets. God bless you, sir. Clark Avenue, named after William Clark, who was a major landowner here. You saw him. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I've heard stories about people going in there and seeing Chumley, but he's the only one that anyone's ever seen. I've never heard of anyone seeing anyone else. That's awesome. And you got to see him before he passed. Yes, I'm headed to Fremont right now. Go cruise Fremont on a Saturday night. See what's going on down here. Come up to Bridger Avenue. And this is where, so they have a lot of homeless down on the Strip for sure, but it really becomes more pronounced as the closer you get to downtown here. Villa Inn Motel there. Apache Motel, the sign for it there. But the Apache Motel is now occupied by by Binion's in that former Apache Motel space. Barbecue was good. Good. Okay. I've been wanting to go in there and try it just to say that I tried it. I'll have to try that out. Thanks, buddy. Sure thing, Francisco. Come up here to Carson Avenue. And here we are at Fremont Street. So you have the huge Guinness glass right there on the left in front of Hennessy's Tavern. We're going to make a right on Fremont Street, and we'll come back to this here in just a moment. This is the Fremont East District that they are trying desperately to build up. And you can see they've done a lot of work here. It's a long time coming, and they've got a long way to go, but they're getting there. Slowly but surely. Evil Pie back here on the left. My wife calls it glorified cardboard. I thought it was pretty good. Come up here to 6th Street. There's El Cortez, 1941. Shout out to 7-Eleven man for helping me remember that. Prime rib, 1995. Morning, noon, and night being advertised there at El Cortez. And here we go, 7-Eleven man. There she is, right in front of us. Can we get it to snort for us? The Praying Mantis. Land development eventually became City of Las Vegas. Yes, sir. That's right. Huge in and out. It's going down on the Strip. I think it's going in down by like the where Hawaiian Marketplace used to be. So that's in between MGM Grand and like Planet Hollywood. That area down there. Pretty good bar there too. Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. So the Praying Mantis has the fire, but it's not doing a show right now. Right there on the right at Container Park. Here in the Fremont East District. And so you see the sign overhead here. You have the Western Hotel here on the right, and then you see the marquee goes, some of the letters get turned off, and it reads, "We Hot." That always makes me laugh every time I come down here. We Hot. And then Atomic Liquors here on the right, which was featured in the first Hangover movie. It's where the corner where Mr. Chow crashed into the guys in his Escalade. Ferguson's Downtown Motel. Sorry, no vacancy. Wow. Here at 11th Street, Family Foods Market. And you can see how the neighborhood just changes drastically. You have a bunch of boarded up and unlit buildings, etc. over here. Lucky Motel, which has its doors painted on. There are lines on the doors, the doorways, to make it look like they're actual doors. This is Maryland Parkway here. We're going to make a left here and head back towards Fremont. Well, we're on Fremont, but the Experience, that is. Los Gables Court here. Lots of condemned. Yes, sir. Right, like this one right in front of us. That place is all boarded up. Yep. They really need to do something. Whether that be just, you know, incentives for folks to come in and build the places up, or anything to help revitalize it. They have the Ogden here, which is a huge condo located right there at Ogden and Las Vegas Boulevard. But I know people that live in there have complained a lot about the noise from downtown and the music and stuff playing late at night, etc. But what did you expect? You moved next door to Fremont Street. I'd be turning around. Yep, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't get any better the further east you go on Fremont. And then Fremont, of course, becomes Boulder Highway. And no one wants to go on Boulder Highway. Come back up here to Maryland Parkway. So we're on Stewart Avenue right now. Stewart, named for the First Lady of... She was the wife of the mayor. Yes, Jesus, you're absolutely right. In fact, I read that. So there's an apartment building right to the south of the Sphere, and those people were complaining like crazy. They were saying that even with blackout curtains, they couldn't see, or they couldn't sleep because it would still, you know, the light would still seep in from the sides and all that, and it washed out their bedrooms and stuff. And then they quietly said that there was some deal that they reached with the owners of the Sphere to kind of shut up and go away kind of thing, right? So they probably gave them a couple dollars, or maybe a month of free rent or something like that, right? And said, don't ever cry or complain about it again. That's what I'm guessing. That's usually what happens. Those NDAs they make them sign, right? El Cortez there on the left. 1941. Place has been here a long time. It's really interesting, you know, you go into the newer casinos, they have the high ceilings and stuff in there. And you go into El Cortez, it's still low-flung ceiling and all that. It's really quite old school Vegas. And that's nice. Last night, in fact, there was a power outage right here at this area that we're at. It spanned several blocks at around 5:30 p.m. And El Cortez's parking garage had a generator that caught on fire as well during the power outage. That was in the news this morning. Not sure why the power outage. Actually, there were people on Facebook, you know, making fun and saying, oh, the drones, there must be drones hanging out overhead. Messing with the electronics. People having a good time. Still see some cowboy hats here, even downtown, although the main event was being held down there at Thomas and Mack Center, UNLV. By HBO? Is that what that says? That license plate? Lucky Cuss Motel. Signed for that over there. Another 7-Eleven. As we continue westbound here on Stewart. I have not. I want to. And 7-Eleven man's kind of talking me into it. I should take my sons with me and do that. That's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. I really need to do that, Robert. Take them up there and see the lights from above. I think that would really be awesome. Here on the right, we have the Mob Museum. 7-Eleven man has done a lot of work pasting the wife of the mayor. Okay, not the wife of the mayor. Okay. Landowner in Lincoln. Okay, my bad. So there is, no, that's not it. Where's, oh, it's here. Parking $8 for 4 hours. But this guy, just give me 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, thank you. Just want to pull in here real quick and show you the side of it, the side of the Mob Museum here. Look at that BMW, that must be electric. It's got the whole grill, the outline of the grill lit up like that. And there's the downtown Grand. It's amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. There is the Mob Museum. Very cool stuff. The former United States Post Office here in downtown. Hey Lucas, it's in the low 60s right now, but they're expecting a low of about 40 tonight, they're saying, and it's been a little windy. We had like a dust storm blow through here like 2 hours ago. It was really, really strong, but it's died down. So there's Binion's on the left. Is it awesome? I've never been, actually. That's the funny part. I drive by it all the time. I've never been, and 7-Eleven man tells me there's a lot of gore in there, so if I go, I probably wouldn't be able to video anything, because if I video the gore and stuff, it'll probably get taken down. So I do need to get in there and check it out. The Shelby Museum, yes, I just did a video down there. In fact, 7-Eleven man recommended that I go down there and do that, and I got that one out of the way too. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's a lot of fun down there. And here we go, Main Street Station, directly in front of us. Not part of Station Casinos, as I've learned, even though the name confuses me. Right there in front of us, Mob Museum. You've been in there, okay, cool. So is it awesome? Robert was asking 7-Eleven man. Award-winning local craft beer and amazing food too, it says here for the billboard out in front of Main Street Station. Casino, entertainment, dining. Yeah, a lot of folks bundled up here for the low 60s, so that looks, it's probably chilly out there. Hey, Slicer. How are you, man? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make a left here. Downtown's only buffet here at Main Street Station being advertised. Go ahead and get over here. There is the Garage Mahal, as it's known, the parking garage on the right for the Circa, and you have to take the pedestrian bridge across. It's a lot like the casinos in Reno. If anyone's ever been to Reno, the row that they call it now downtown with El Dorado, Silver Legacy, and Circus. They have the parking garages across the street, and then you have to take the pedestrian bridge over to the actual casino. That's what they did here with the Circa. And then the plaza up here on the right with Pink Box Donuts. We've tried Pink Box. They're pretty good. I don't know that they're worth $4 a donut. They have some in there that are $2 a donut. Moving and grooving, right on. Yeah, they have some in there that are $2 a donut, but I think it was $4.50, something like that. And I'm like, wow. So I got a dozen for $41 because I did, mixed and matched or whatever. I'm like, wow, this is pretty expensive. I haven't been to one that's not on this, down here on Fremont. And I don't know if they have a strip location yet. So I like coming in here because I like pointing out how much it is to park here at Golden Nugget on the weekend. All the taxis queued up here waiting for a fare. There's H2O, the pool area for Golden Nugget. The Knights are doing well. The Knights are leading the division right now. The Raiders are in the toilet. Their coach is not the savior that everyone thought he was, unfortunately. But the Knights are having a good season so far. There it is right there. I can't zoom in, but hopefully you can read right there. $50 to park here at Golden Nugget downtown. In Elko? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Reno, I mean, it's cool, especially if you're like in Northern California and stuff. Because it's far from, you know, San Fran to here, of course. But to go to Reno, it's like 3 hours. If there's no snow. If you can get across the pass there. Yes, Jesus, you're absolutely right. That division is the Chiefs. They clinched it, I think, last weekend, right? Come here to Casino Center Boulevard. Yeah, the QB, they let go of Davante Adams. They let go of Derek Carr a couple years ago. And it's like, what are they doing? They're letting all their pieces go. I don't know how you're supposed to be successful when you don't have any big pieces. They have a decent defense. Max Crosby's good. But the rest of it just, yeah, the winds have picked up significantly here. You see the trees there in front of us. All crazy up there. But it's not dusty like it was earlier. There's the downtown event center right there on the left. They hold concerts and stuff like that in there. And then go back northbound here on Casino Center Boulevard. I've learned so much about this town just from 7-Eleven, man. A storm just left. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, our temperatures are supposed to go back down tomorrow night, or is it Monday night? Something like that. As we pass Carson Avenue. Yeah, it's like every year it's the same thing over and over again. Ever since they went to they played the Raiders in the Snowball, right? With the tuck rule game. Ever since then, it's just they just have never done much. You have the Marshal here. They take care of the Las Vegas city properties. You can see the crowds out here. This is the Fremont Street experience right here. We're now crossing. The crowd looks a little bit light, but that's probably due to the weather. They're probably all huddled inside the casinos. Come up here to Ogden, make a right. And there is Pizza Rock. So there's an ongoing thing for people to come downtown here. Their first Raider game. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that tickets are so expensive. It's incredible. And it's like they're not doing that well. So it's like, why are they so expensive? At least with the Golden Knights, you can understand why they're so expensive. Pizza Rock and Evil Pie. I'm a huge pizza nerd. I love pizza, so my wife really, really likes Pizza Rock. There's a huge contingent of locals here that really, really likes Pizza Rock. I like Evil Pie. It is kind of doughy, though. And it's expensive. I get like a pepperoni. It's 20 inches. So it's a big, huge pie. But it's $45. So it's expensive. You can make this right here onto Las Vegas Boulevard. And wait for the cross traffic. There's the Ogden right in front of us. I mentioned that earlier. That is the 200s. Wow, $200. That's, yeah. Hey, no problem, Robert. There's the Deuce headed back the other way. There's Cat's Meow being advertised there. Hammered Harry's. Guys, I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining me. I really, really appreciate each and every single one of you. I'm going to go ahead and end it. But not without saying thank you to all of you. You guys are the reason that I'm here, and I really appreciate each and every single one of you. If you haven't already, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It helps recommend us to other viewers, and it helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm, which carries the weight of your voice to others. here on the Vegas Dawn channel. Again, thank you so very, very much for joining. And as always, remember, it is the journey. We'll see you soon, folks.